It's time for our Building a Better Flagstaff segment brought to you by Habitat for Humanity, and we're joined in studio by Sarah Andrews. She's one of the starter home owners, actually the second starter home owner over on Butler, and Jenn Vargas, the philanthropy and outreach manager for Habitat. Good morning, you two. How are you?
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. So Sarah, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I have been living in Flagstaff now for about 8 years. I work at NAU. I formerly worked at the public library here in town. And I'm an avid cyclist. I love biking, gravel, road, and mountain biking. And that's my favorite thing.
So getting one of the starter homes was probably like the first step towards being able to stay in Flagstaff in a community that you love that offers all of those great activities that you just spoke about.
Absolutely. The year that I was told that I was going to be selected as a starter homeowner, I actually started the year by telling my friends that this was going to be my last year in Flagstaff and that I just didn't see a future here. And then everything changed.
The moment that you got the news that you had gotten the starter home, tell us about that moment.
Oh my goodness. I was just flabbergasted because it was at my work. And at first, I actually thought it was a disgruntled patron because they were asking for me by name. and then I started putting it together, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is happening!
Yeah,
this is happening right now."
That's amazing, Jenn. When you hear that story, I just saw your face right there. It makes you feel good, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, it's like this is the reason that I even I do this. Like that's and it's funny because we met officially at this this bike race called Pines to Mines, and there's this little area up there called Margarita Mesa, and it's like kind of like that last It's an 80-mile bike race,
yes.
Right? And so it's at like 70-mile mark, and she comes up and she's like, "I'll have a margarita," and I was like, "I know who you are," and she's probably like, "Oh my God," and I was like, "You're a starter homeowner. I just started at Habitat," and she was like, "Oh my gosh, that's amazing." And I'm just like, it just makes you really happy that somebody like yourself is able to stay and enjoy the activities that we all get to enjoy, and
Sure.
But then have a future. I mean, you were at the library and now you're at NAU, and it's just, I don't know, it's a nice, it's really nice to see.
Well, and let's talk about the future. You've been there a year and a half now, right?
That's right.
So this is not only, a chance for home ownership, this is a savings plan, all right? So
Yes.
How much money have you been able to sock away as part of this program, the starter home program?
I have saved $15,000 now. And that's because the house is priced at $100,000 over 10 years. And so I'm saving $10,000 per year.
Nice. So 15,000, based on, most of our financial management, right?
Mm-hmm.
To save $15,000 in a year and a half it's pretty good, right?
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That is money that's going into my pocket for my future home, my home equity, rather than a landlord's.
Absolutely. Great stuff. Before you were in the program, and you talked about you telling your friends that you were probably going to have to leave. What's changed now when you think about your long-term future? Like how is that morphed into something different?
Yeah, well, before, to be able to afford living in Flagstaff, you have to have roommates, you have to find your place to live, and I assume that others' experience is similar to mine, that you don't always know, is this roommate going to stick around? Am I going to have to find new roommates? Are we going to be compatible? What's my life going to look like in my own home? And now I have a sense of security that I know what's going to be consistent for me in the time that I live in this home. And I have a sense of security that I know what my future is going to look like after this home, that I'm going to have the home equity to purchase my next home.
Great story, Sarah. Really appreciate you coming in. Jenn, real quick, we have a little bit of time. Project still going on over at Timber Sky. How are things progressing over there?
We're still moving forward. It's just, construction. And of course this rain doesn't really help, but we're so grateful for it. But yeah, we're hoping that August is going to be a great move-in date, but we never really know what the future holds. So I think they're getting ready to pave the road here pretty soon in the next week. But I mean, the structures look great. The siding's up. The cabinets are going to get installed next week. but yeah, we're looking good.
Well, and the last we checked, so these 10 homes should be done hopefully August. Keep our fingers crossed. And then the other 30, because the project was planned for 40 homes. If I remember correctly, planned to get those done in the next year, right?
Yeah, I mean, our projected completion date was the end of 2026. We're still hoping for that, and we did get a really amazing grant, so we're going to hopefully move forward with that. But originally we were going to do 10, 10, and 10. And 10, but I think we can actually frame up the next 30, so I'm told, but it's so like verbally, we don't really know what the capacity is, especially with just construction costs, and it's just we want to complete the first 10.
Right.
That's kind of my that's what I want to do, and then we can kind of move forward. But hopefully we can get this done and it's going to be a whole community. It's going to be so cool.
It's awesome. If you haven't been over there yet, just kind of take a little trip through Timber Sky, check out the starter homes. Thank you to you two for coming in.
Thank you.
This is Building a Better Flagstaff, brought to you by our friends at Habitat for Humanity. Check them out on their website, and any way that you can get involved, donations are really good. Help them out. This is CAF News Radio 935 and AM 930 News Sports
Community.